Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, KRID37. Now, it's been a little while since I've flown in here. Had just things going on in life. Had travel for a little vacation and stuff like that. So luckily, people have continued to keep on flying, so I thank you for that. Because I want to do my part, but being out of town and stuff is kind of hard. Anyhow, I found a really good paying flight here. It's in our... It's in the Caravan that we're renting, or leasing, I should say. It's over here at KRID, Richmond, Indiana, and we're going to fly over to Detroit, KDTW. It's about 162 miles, as you can see. I don't know who flew it over there. Someone's been leasing it or renting it off of us. So that's where they put it, and there's actually a bunch of jobs there going over to Detroit. So I was like, that's awesome. But there's actually several that I couldn't even get in here. So finally, we're going to have another full plane, which is always good. See, all 13 seats are taken. It's going to be $11,726, minus the fees, of course. I just put a little bit of fuel into it. We're up to 39% at 162 nautical miles. Flies at 182 knots, although less for us, really. And so it can fly for over 3 hours, so we have plenty of fuel in the plane. Take a look over here at FS Commander. Most of the wind seems to be coming out of the southwest. So over here, there's actually several runways. And we're going to take off here. I totally put the wrong runway in. I put 24. It should actually be runway 6. It's a heading of 061. Oh, no, it is 24. Yeah, so it's correct. Runway 24, heading 241 degrees. Up here at Detroit, KDTW, the wind is coming straight out of the west, so we'll land on 27 right here. It's a heading of 276 degrees. The ILS frequency is 108.5, and the airport elevation is 600, I believe it's 643 or 693. I think it's 643 feet. If we look over here, so the way we'll come in, that'd be nice if we just come straight in. We'll come out here and around, and we won't go into, any kind of traffic pattern or anything. Detroit's it's actually an extremely busy international airport and everything, so we're not going to get into traffic patterns and, fly that around the airport. We'll just come up here and go straight over here to 27 right. And that's like a straight shot if we were actually coming in. If the wind was cooperating, we literally, look at that. It's like straight in. All right. Oh, another thing I'm going to change, at least on some of these planes, and I think this is one of them. Instead of recording and doing the following the procedures for startup, I'll go ahead and just do that without recording it and everything. It's kind of slow, especially on this plane. There's so much to go through, so I think it'd be probably kind of boring. So I'm just going to stop doing that with this plane. I'll do it on my own and load up the plane through FSEconomy, and then we'll join back up on the taxi, and then we will do the run-up and everything before takeoff, and I'll show all that, because I think that's a lot quicker. But these procedures are kind of in-depth, so I'll cut through those, make it a little bit quicker. All right, so with that, it looks like we can go ahead and jump into the plane. All right, everybody, here we are in the plane. I got her all loaded up and everything started up. I turned her around. We were pointed this way. Gotta go this way to get around these buildings. I believe our runway is actually over here to the right. I can't really see it. I just realized something else is screwed up. No, how the ATC is screwed up. I don't have ATC. I can't talk to anybody. Let's see if I'm sure that's not fixed. I checked it a minute ago. Runway for takeoff. I'll say 24. Announce our taxi, and nothing happens. I think Sky AI broke that, because I've never had that happen before, and that's the only thing that changed from it not working, or from it working to not working, is only Sky AI. Of course, then it's sort of World of AI, but World of AI has never done anything wrong. I deleted my config files, see if have it generate a default one. It still didn't work, so there's something in there that's busted. So I guess I won't have ATC until I do like a complete reinstall or something. Another thing that's just happened, if I want to sit up in my seat, I always hit page up. But look what happens now. If I hit page up, somehow that is now tied to the throttle. I have no idea what's going on. Because I went outside to look for it, and so I hit page up to go up in the air, and it's just things. Just, all of a sudden, I heard the engine spool up. I was like, "What the hell?" And then went full blast. So I've already got the heading and altitude set. We're gonna fly at about 9,500. The taxi light is on. FSEconomy's already got the plane loaded. We're about 100 over. I had to start it twice because I forgot to put my controller back in. Like I said, I unplugged some stuff because I was going out of town. So I had to get everything reloaded because I was like almost 600 pounds over. So then the second time we're a little over, about 100 over, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is the fuel. And now that they fixed that too, it shouldn't be a problem. So let's go over here to our runway. It does suck the ATC doesn't work now. Not that we ever use it a whole lot, but sometimes we do use it, and I can't even remember if their messages pop up now. Like, it doesn't even show the text, so something is clearly busted. It's not a sound issue. Really kind of annoying. She's speeding up a little here. Should bring the power back. So let's see. I'm thinking about what taxiways to use. Here's our runway, like I said, I believe. So we want a little more room. It looks like we can probably go up there. It looks like this taxiway continues up. So I think that's probably the route we'll take. So I increase the power a little here, and let's go ahead and hang a left. I'm trying not to give her too much power. Take off like crazy. So this looks like it. Is that another runway up there after this runway? Because I don't want to have to get on another runway, but we might have to just to get over to our runway. I don't see any runway signs over there. Well, actually, that looks like it's a diagonal one. Because I was thinking, why would there be two parallel runways so close to each other? But yeah, it looks like that's diagonal. See anyone coming? Let's go ahead and jump across here. And I guess we'll probably have to take that runway over to our runway because I don't think there's going to be any other taxiways over there. Eventually this thing's going to pick up speed. Waiting on her to do that. Here she's finally going to speed up. Bring her back a little. It seemed like I was trying not to give her a ton of fuel or throttle there. Man, she really took her time speeding up. So it looks like we can go past this runway. It looks like there's a taxiway over to the right that does go to our runway. So that'll keep us from taxiing on this runway. I don't want to hit page up and page down now, apparently. I don't know what page down will do. That's just very odd that just happened. I'll bet that happened in the settings when I deleted that config file, because it asked me about key mappings and stuff, and so that might have been what happened. I have to go and check that out. Hopefully other buttons still work. The ones that aren't tied to anything shouldn't work. Let's get on over. There's only one plane in the area. I'm looking over there. They're probably way up there. I don't see anybody else in the sky. Now we'll get over here. We'll do the run up. Hopefully the run up doesn't take too long. The more you do it, the faster you can go through it. But I still don't know it all that well, and I haven't flown in quite a while. See, and here we are at runway 24, and technically the windsock is... No, the windsock is correct. It is coming from... I was going to say, it's going from different, but it's not. Alright, there's the parking brake. Alright. So here is the before takeoff checklist. The parking brake is set. Seats, seatbelts, all that is good. Flight controls right after I always take that off. Let's go ahead and check it. free and correct. Now check those rudder pedals. Everything looks good. The altimeter I've already reset that. Altitude select, we're up at 9,500 feet. That's good. Standby flight instruments check. I don't really know exactly. See, that's one of the things I don't really know. The standby flight instruments. Fuel boost tank switch should be in norm, which is up here, and that does turn on. You can hear it come on. So that's on. Fuel tank selectors, both are on. Fuel quantity, we're about 39%, so that looks correct. Fuel shutoff knob, fully on. Let's see, power lever, alright. Going to 400 foot-pounds, and then we'll check the battery. And of course, the battery will not be at the correct 28.5. Go up just a little bit more, and just go over 400 because then it should wind back down a little bit. I'll bring it down just a little bit. She didn't come down as much as I thought she would. Bus, well, let's see, what was that, 26? I don't know, 28? It says we're supposed to be at 28.5, so of course that doesn't work. Inertial separator. Here, come down. Torque drop 371, and now back over to 400, so that looks good. That is all checked. Okay, so I don't check the overspeed governor because remember I don't really understand how that works. Standby power as well, but we don't totally understand that. So let's go through that to the next page. Alright, so we can bring the power back down, by the way. Ice protection is installed. Pitot heat static heat. It says on when the outside air temperature is below 5 Celsius or 41. I go ahead and I turn them on anyway. You see, actually, prop de-ice. I wonder why that light came on. I wasn't on a second ago. Because I've got the prop... Oh, see, there it went off. That's kind of odd. So, pitot heat, stall heat, prop auto heat, or prop heat, I should say, is on auto, so that's all good. Inertial separator set. It looks like everything is clear and dry, so we won't have to, I won't use that. Avionics and radar, we're all set. Nav source. Set that over to GPS. Let's check and turn our transponder on. Transponder, a VFR, so we're good there. Strobe lights, it says CAS messages, fuel boost on will be the only one, so that's fine. I'm not going to turn the strobes on just yet. Wing flaps set for takeoff. Cabin heat, mixture air controls, we'll leave that on, or how they are. Windows closed, and then brakes release, we'll do that in 1 second. Fuel condition lever is in high idle. I think that was one thing I actually had wrong. I think we leave that down, and then when we get ready for takeoff, I can never remember. And rotate will be 70 to 75 knots. We are fairly heavy because we do have our 13 people. By the way, is that correct? Yeah, bleed airs are off. That's fine. We can turn those on when we're up in the air. Looks like everything is clear. I guess technically we can tell people. I don't know if that actually works. Yeah, see, now I can't even send the daggone message. So it looks like we're clear. Landing lights, strobe lights on. Reset my view. Parking brake is off. And as I said, 70 to 75. We'll do a rolling takeoff. Come on, girl. Over here, line up, and we'll start increasing the power. Alright, let's go for it. Not quite full power. Airspeed is building. Checking my power. Oh, we're just in the red. Pull that back. We can go ahead and rotate. Now that's been happening every once in a while. I still don't understand why the hell that's happening. That little glitch right when we take off. Alright, we can go ahead and bring the flaps back. Retracted. Bring the power back a little. Let me grab these procedures. Alright, in route climb. We're going to leave the ice protection of everything good. Inertial separator set is off. Airspeed 110 to 120, so we can actually bring the nose up a little bit. Prop RPM 1600 to 1900. I'm going to go ahead and bring that back a little. Go ahead and bring that to 90. And it says inertial separator is set again. And then we just set our power to whatever we want that power to be. Okay. Bring that climb back up. By the way, what is my prop? 1600, 1900, so we can actually bring it back a little bit more when we climb a little higher here. Alright, back on the controls a little more. We'll climb out to the right. It doesn't say to bring the yaw damper on, but I know on a lot you do put your yaw damper on. So I'm going to go ahead and put yaw damper on. Here in a second, we'll take a look outside. Save a little bit of fuel, taking that less power as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start turning our heading over to us. Whoa. Let's go ahead and turn autopilot on, flight director's on. Use it to follow the heading, come back over towards our line a little bit. Then we come over here. Vertical speed. Climb around 1100 feet a minute or so. It doesn't say anything about the fuel boost, whether or not to leave that on. I think maybe when you get up to your cruise level, you can probably turn that back off. I'm just looking at cruise. It doesn't actually say anything about it, but I'll probably take that off. Usually I think you just use that for takeoff and maybe your climb, and turn it back on when you're down around your descent. Although it has off, norm, and on, but when you turn it to norm, you can definitely hear it come on. Oh, look, it's starting to change the tree colors again. It's early September. They've already changed the tree colors. I'm kind of like, no, it doesn't seem that long ago that it was winter. Oh, it's gonna get freaking cold. I hate it. I just went to Canadian Valley, West Virginia. We played golf and everything, and it's up in the high elevations and everything. It was rainy and cold, but we still played golf. Got a little wet, not too bad. But just reminds you, everything's changing. It's gonna get cold again. Unfortunately. I'm gonna move this down now, about 85. Let's see what that, was it 1600 to 1800, 1600, 1900? So we could actually bring it back a little more. We're at 6,100 feet. And bringing that back down, it does increase your airspeed a little bit. That's down to 82. It puts us right at the middle of the range here, so I'll go ahead and leave it there. Nothing but farmland, which is true. Indiana. I lived there for years. But mid-2007 to the end of 2011. So almost 4.5 years. In the rural area, north of Terre Haute. Let's go ahead and switch this over to nav. Went over just a little bit. Not too much. What is that desired track anyway? 038. And it looks like we've got about an hour to go. However, we're still climbing. What about what is that? Almost 1,800 feet. And we'll be up there. Let's check the engine soft keys. Oh, wait. I almost forgot to hit that off. $401, so it's kind of weird. It says to check the fuel balance, but it draws them from both. I guess that's just to make sure there isn't a problem. Like one electrical, yeah, we never get to 2,800. I don't know what the problem is. Very, very odd. I got about 1,100 feet to go. Then I'll speed her up and see how long she's gonna take. I don't even know what our power percentage is. 77, so I'll bring her down a little bit here in a second. Looks like we'll be at the right altitude over some of those low clouds, but beneath these. Got 400 feet to go. Yes, standby instruments. I just got to figure out what all that is. I don't think I've quite released the episodes from earlier in case someone's already told me. I'm about 14 or 15 episodes behind, about almost 2 months. Because I've gotten lax about uploading my videos and coding them really is the problem. So we've flown this a bit, but those videos really, I think only one of them is up so far. From when I started using the procedures and everything. Let's go ahead and bring our power down now that we're up at our cruising altitude. I use the joystick to do it, but hover over that to show us our percentage. Can't get her to 60. Yeah, we'll leave her there at 62. How about that? So the speed's actually going to come down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and move this to about 80. Bleed airs. We could probably already have turned that on. Now, see, we don't have the message anymore, but I bet that, yeah, that's on. So we'll go ahead and flip that off. Alright, let's check here. See, we're about 40 below. I think 180 is about the red line. It says about 53 minutes. So with that, I want to go ahead and speed her on up. We're cruising altitude. And, yeah, we'll be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody, going to normal speed here. I slowed up my descent a little bit, and I probably slowed it down a little too much. There's the airport over here. We need to head a little more over to the right here. Of course, we're going to be coming in from the east. Alright, so let's switch this CDI over to nav 1. I'm going to go ahead and set the course 276, sorry. That is really hard to see. 288. 276. Alright. So I've got it going at 3,000 feet. We should probably move that, because the airport elevation is 643, so I was going to put that about 2,400 above. But quite honestly, I'm going to take her down to about 2,000 above. So we're at 2,500. And let's hasten that descent now. I'm going to pull back the power. Let's head out to the right a little bit. It's 108.5 for the nav, the ILS. Switch that. Click this. 108.5. Switch that. I've got that first one is 05, don't I? Glad I caught that. 108.5. There we go. 108.5 for both. Looks like it just got it too. Wow, flipping through all the views. Be right. I gotta mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, so you can see we're above the glide slope. That was gonna be obvious. It'll come back here in a second though. And now that we're that low, I'm gonna go ahead and move our prop RPM up to high. And actually see it bring our speed down a little bit. My yoke is totally cranked to the left. That's kind of odd. There it goes. That was weird. So that's probably going to be us right there. Let's go out to the right just a little bit more. And I'll let her go down to 2,000. Which is about another 400 or 500 feet. That's probably 2.7 left. So I won't have to go too far out here to the right like that. Last time that was in a air hauler. I was flying a 757. We went way out there, out into Canada, with a faster plane, bigger plane. So it made sense. We're coming back up on the glide slope here. We're about to level out too. I'm going to increase the power a little bit. I don't know if that's going to be it or not. It's actually kind of hard to see. Increase power just a little more. Can't really find the daggone runaway. I think that's it right there. Let this go a little bit lower because we're going to be moving towards the airport. So that's, I think that is it. It says we're pretty much right on the glide slope. Switch this over to nav. .276. Daggone it. See approach hold as we're coming back on it here. Let that go all the way down. I don't think you actually have to do that in this plane, but I'll do it just in case. Set this up to 3,000. Alright, prop RPM is in full. Fuel as well. Condition lever, I should say. Flaps coming out. It's going to balloon us up, which is a slight problem. I don't know if I've got traffic turned on. I don't see anything, although I don't see any buildings either. It's kind of odd. Alright, we're at full flaps now. Everything is off. I'm going to take control of this. We're getting a little slow here with that nose up. Now I see a few planes over there. Alright, we're obviously high. We're right at the speed pretty much we want to be. It says the approach speed is 75 to 85 knots. We're right on that. I'm afraid our descent might be a little... I'm trying to time that up with the rate of descent and the speed. I see no building. Well, some planes are popping up now. This may be the buildings to follow. See, now we're coming back on it, so we've got to increase the power to slow down that descent. That actually got us a little high there. Alright, coming up on that threshold, bringing the power back. Alright, we can exit the runway right here. We don't want to go too far out there because I was trying to look for parking areas. I think they're over to the right. You don't want to go out too far down that runway or you get into the main terminal areas. Strobes, landing lights. That guy's coming to the right, so flaps are retracted. Stop the recording. So I'm going to cut to the right as well. Since he's coming that way, we don't want to go through him. The parking areas are over here to the right as well. We'll take this turn to the left. I don't want to have to go too far down there. Because I was looking at, because we can't use ATC and stuff, we might get stuck if we go over there. I'm not sure exactly where all the airport buildings that we want to go to are. Gotta find us a place. I don't even know what... They're probably using the other runways. Those... Like I was saying, we could have come straight in. I think they're using those runways. I think those are the longer, more main runways that they use. I guess we'll go over to that building there. I don't know what that is. But here are those main runways. I shouldn't say main runways, but I think they are the ones that they more likely use. So now that's putting us, yeah. Trying to sink down so we could see, but that's what I was afraid. Got into beta range there. Now, how do I get to that building? Can I just go... I think we have to turn here. I think the taxiway ends right here. Looks like there's asphalt ahead. You'd have to go through the grass to get to it. Why is this so complicated? Why can't I just get somewhere? Oh, are you telling me I gotta go all the way back down there? Because I really don't want to do that. It means I've traveled all this way and I can't get to the building. Where are the buildings? I've seen this before. I think I might have to turn something up. Alright, well this is kind of rather pointless, all this taxing. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead, I'll just cut it here. I don't want to record all this taxing. That's pointless. So I'll just taxi on over myself. Man, we're going to have to go right over by the terminal and everything. So I will just go ahead and cut it here. I'll taxi on over into FSEconomy and we'll meet back over at the webpage. Alright, I'm just going over here and I want to look at the log. Thank you, by the way, to 2005. Look at 40 grand. I think we got like 9,000. That's crazy. ERJ. Tucker's flown a lot. J. Lee Sim, 2005. Now me. Like I said, it's been a little while. I'm going out of town and everything. Not bad earnings there. 8,108 for the group. Alright, so it's $11,726. We rented the plane for an hour and 25 minutes of $4.25 an hour, 608.22. Of course, the plane is ours. Fuel, we used $214.07 worth of fuel. Ground crew fee, $1,172.60. Booking fee, $1,524.38. So that comes to $2,911.05. Distance most night, 53, although, again, it's our plane. So we brought in a total of $8,108.20. Pretty good flight, really. 8,000 was a lot for us in one flight. Let me go ahead and set cash to 10. Set cash to 10. We are quite close, by the way. 129,000, because we want that 300 grand. 129,785 and 80 cents plus 135,000. 408.25 plus our 20,000 over here. You can see that we're close, 285,000. So we are getting up there. One problem is with this, check our aircraft. I think it's time. We're gonna have to, yeah, daggone it. We're gonna have to check out our plane here. Oh man, this one is gonna need it too. The Cherokee, although Caravan is probably going to cost a little more. Let's see over here. That's not what I wanted. KDTW. There she's the Caravan. I just want to check something right dry. Probably could have done it another way. But this shows you, see, yeah, 100 hours and we're at 100.3. So we're going to have to pay for that. And then, but they reimburse us a little bit because I think it had 300 hours on it when we first rented it, so we get some of that money back. But so we'd be over 300, but we paid a lot for the rental as well. This is, I think, the last flight I've shown in this plane. So let's go over here, YT Flyers. I guess we just click maintenance. Yeah, here's our 100-hour check. Oh man, 11 grand? Tech gone. I didn't think it'd be that much. I thought maybe half that at the most. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we don't have enough cash. I gotta move cash to the bank, don't I? Or did they do it? It didn't come up with an error. Alright, so that looks good. I don't know if that lists the hours here as well. Yeah, since 100 hour, we're at 0 there. Engine, though, man, daggone. Alright, so let me go ahead and cancel that and get rid of that. Let's check out, also might as well, we're at 99.37. Might as well do that as well. Maintenance. 100-hour check. See, this is only like $1,100 bucks. That's cool. Let's go ahead and do that. We could... Oh, not enough money. Daggone it. Let's see. Quick. Set cash to 10,000 again. It's kind of weird. Let us go into negative, but it won't let us continue that. That's not what I want. Why can't I click the right buttons? Alright, we'll do our maintenance here. And our check. And see, we can get the package like the GPS, but look at that, 45 grand or 46 grand, I should say. I thought it was 60. It's still too much. I don't want to spend the 46 when we're getting so close to our 300 grand. Also, aircraft, purchase aircraft, because I can't remember. We talked about getting the Baron. I hope that one. It seems like there's one that was really cheap. Hopefully, it's still available. Yeah, 319,000. That's the cheapest one, and these are all in Europe. I'd have to fly it over here. I don't know how we would get it here. 390, daggone. That's in Brazil. We could. That would actually be kind of fun to actually fly that in FSEconomy and keep flying, trying to fly it back to the U.S. Although that's in Canada, that's still 380 grand. France, that's in Canada. Australia, we can't get it there. Oh, that one's in California. 349, so we can expect to pay about 349. Romania, huh? It's got a lot more time on the airframe and the engine than everything else. There's the only problem with that. But that would give another plane that everybody has the opportunity to fly, because everybody has the default Baron B-58. I'm not sure how many of you all have like the 337 or whatever, the Cessna 337. Although I really want that plane at some point. But maybe if we can rent that Baron, or buy that Baron, have another plane, we'll just keep building up. That way everyone can really truly fly that. Everyone can fly the Caravan as well. And our Skyhawk, because we all have that. If you got FSX, you have the Caravan, the Skyhawk, and the Baron. Alright, but that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.